Oh, watch the gate, watch the gate. There you go. He's been driving that thing around, man. Two boys are getting really big, man. The other one, too. Even Kai, he's the youngest. He's like almost as tall as me now. That's our boys, man. I need backup, man. I don't have to go far. There, the meat mobile, as I call it. Meat. Now the other ones, they rented a motorcycle. The family, my friends, the family. The family. Look at them all. There's the team. Part of my basketball team here. Still haven't bought a basketball. No place to put a hoop anywhere, really. They probably would enjoy that, actually. Look at that. The family. The family. Okay, thank you on that. Got my sticks of death. Oh, my family don't talk to me. They talk to me all the time. But it sounds good for some of the trolls to say, your family don't even talk to you. Oh, little do you know. They're very social and friendly people. They respect me. What did they buy? What did they buy? Have respect. To get effect, you gotta have effect and respect. Just the way it is. Okay, what's on the agenda today? I'm sure probably we'll go to beach later on. I know. There was an idea that we might eat out. Well, dinner and lunch. What is those? You bought some shoes?
Kids shoes.
Oh, okay. For the little ones. They try them on yet?
Yeah.
Well, that's fresh out of the box. What the hell?
Same
Binoculars? What am I looking at? Wait a minute.
It's a light.
You bought some binoculars? Oh, some binoculars. From the box, it looked like binoculars. Those are lights. Okay. You had me wondering there, where the hell did you get locally any binoculars? Okay, you want to attempt at the lighting over there? You going to replace the lighting?
No, Kuya Brian. I just help him.
Brian.
Oh, Brian.
Brian's no electric. So
He has no electric at home?
yeah, they know how to
Do the wiring.
Oh, they know how to do the wiring at their house.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
over in
great.
Cebu. Okay, cool.
Ay, nagulay sa'yo kay si Sab naghilak-hilak sa
Ano ko, tag-benching ko lang.
nga.
Nagalaan. Si Dylan, nakapili na si Dylan.
They see better, they're speaking their language. It's okay. Unless they're addressing to me, they'll speak English and vice versa. But I don't jump on them for speaking their own language. I don't do that. The boys are getting big, man.
Si Karen,
Sure as hell are. Lovely family.
Kalinjo.
Lovely family. He got big, I'm telling you. When I first met him, he was like, as high as that chair. He could ride. Well, he's kind of reluctant. No, he rides a motorcycle, yeah. But they love riding that electric trike, though. They love it. Well, we really bought it for one of the kids, Christian. We bought it for him, really. But it served its purpose anyway, because he'll ride us around, and we don't always have to call the trike driver all the time, so that works out real good. What do I smell cooking?
Squid.
Squid? Ah, I know I'm not eating that. As long as you like it, that's all that matters, Okay. I still haven't dived into my cantaloupe yet. But I will. No, I don't eat very rarely me kind of a seafood or anything. No, I don't. Hey guys, what are you doing? Oh, you're resting. You need to rest. Yes. And what is that game you're playing? What's the name? Okay. Yeah, nobody responds to me here, right? They certainly do. You need to rest. No? Close your eyes and go. Yeah. Snore like Uncle Frank. You don't want to do that. The dogs are here. They're comfortable. I got air conditioning on. It's all good. It's all good, folks. Until it doesn't get good. Know what I'm saying? I don't know. Might eat out tonight here. I don't know. We're not sure. I know one thing. I don't know if there's any lasagna left. I don't want any more of that. Not that it's bad. It's just too much, you know. It's just a wee bit too much. See, Mom. Well, never mind. I'm going to say something, but I'll refrain. Recommendation for a movie. What was it called? Sharks of Paris? I actually saw it for the second time last night. If you're into shark movies, and I am, because I know a lot about them, but a lot of them are goofy, you know. But this one, I don't know, I guess the storyline was okay on that. These sharks are basically, they're makos, but they're like freaking huge, unusually big, and they wind up kind of like nesting under the catacombs in France on the Seine River. Hey, Judge, on the Seine River. And of course, a lot of people got killed and all. But it has the same storyline as most movies. With, you know, the people are worried about, you know, there's going to be a big event there, you know, like a pre-Olympic event or something. And, you know, they don't want to scare people about these sharks and all that. Like every shark movie that you ever seen, they always have that underlying thing about, you know, the town making money and that there's like $1 billion invested in this particular one into this big, I don't know, it was a triathlon or aquatic event in town on the Seine River. And I don't want to, you know, give it all the story away, but it wasn't bad. So if you're really into shark movies, I guess that's a pretty good one to actually watch. And the other movie was kind of freaky. It's called Smile, S-M-I-L-E, like a smile. Watch that movie. That's kind of creepy. I don't want to, you know, give you all the info on that. But if you're actually looking for movies that you want to watch, I would say Smile is good. The 100, which is a series. Sharks of Paris, whatever I guess that's called. Oh gosh, Prison, but there's a lot of prison movies, but that one was kind of played out. It's just too much going on every time you reach the peak where you thought something was going to be achieved in there, something gets spoiled. They got to go back to the drawing board. It's really frustrating. It's not a bad movie, but Sheila Paints. Okay. Yeah, I think later on it's going to be a good beach day to go on toward the evening, I think. I haven't been down there for a while. But believe me, if you hang around the house too long, you get claustrophobia. I can't imagine being in a jail cell. I just
the pen? Yeah.
Do I want what? The pen?
What this?
No, don't draw on your hand. No, 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 no. No, now you're going to have to clean that off. Now you're going to have to clean it off. Have Mama clean it off.
Push in.
Yeah.
Push the hand.
Wet, yeah, you got to wet and soap and get your hands clean.
What this?
Yeah, there you go. Ah, don't draw on your hands.
Yeah.
Then they make some lame comments. Where's the mother leaving him around the kids? Why shouldn't they leave me around the kids? Give me one goddamn good reason. Mom is always around, and so is dad. What a lame fucking comments they made on that.
Yeah.
Totally freaking lame.
Yeah.
Really lame.
Yeah.
Hey, I raised mine on my own. Told me about being around kids. Let me see, what time is it? I think I would eat something light for lunch, and unless they bought something already when they went downtown. Well, they did. They bought some squid. I'm not gonna eat that shit. I wish I did like seafood, but I'm very limited. You know, I may eat some commercial products like Gordon's fish fillets or fish sticks or something like that. I'll eat halibut or you know, cod, halibut. I could eat that if it's breaded, and of course, you know, albacore tuna. That's, and I could eat, and actually, I like tempura shrimp. I love tempura shrimp. I don't eat it the way Fazio does, though. He'll take a freaking shrimp, you know, it's not been stripped down of its eyes, head, and legs, and everything else, and tail, and he'll swallow the damn thing whole or something. Well, geez, you know, that probably wasn't a great idea. Cause intestinal damage or something, but he did a lot of quirky things. There's no doubt about that. I mean, he did a lot of quirky, creepy, crazy things. I don't know how he survived that long, to tell you the truth. But he did. Hello, everybody. Hello, Wakadoo. What do you got, a bunch of candy?
No,
What is that?
the basura.
Oh, okay. I used Grab. Why, were you incarcerated? No, that gets expensive, doesn't it, Jim? Yeah. Huh? You got a lollipop?
Yeah.
Wait, do you still got the wrapper on there? What's this? No, you gotta peel that off. You don't want to eat the wrapper on the bottom. Okay. See how close they are, you know? Yeah, we've got that relationship here, you know?
Yeah.
She'll come up to me and all that, you know, and these sick bastards who make all these comments on here, you know? They really are.
Ah.
You're gonna break your teeth. You're gonna break your teeth on that.
Meow.
No, you just suck on that lollipop because it's, if you're gonna use your teeth on that, you could crack your teeth. So you use this Grab.
There.
I see it. Yeah, you don't want to eat the wrapper.
Yeah.
It does if you're living off
There.
$500 a month.
What this? Is
Huh?
the flower?
Yeah. Like a flower, yeah. Very creative. Very creative. Yeah, it's expensive if you're living off like 500 plus a month or something on there. I would certainly imagine so. That's got to be tough.
Brush their teeth.
Mm-hmm. You brush your teeth all the time?
Yeah.
That's good.
Is the heart?
Mm-hmm. Don't run with that in your mouth. I still have that parental thing in me. I'll see her doing something. If you fall with a lollipop in your mouth, that could be disastrous. I mean, I am overprotective. Doesn't have to be my kid. I'm just overprotective. I was with my daughter. And I'm happy to this day that I have been overprotective because there are too many variables with kids growing up and stuff. And running in the streets. And when I hear in the Philippines, I mean, it's just amazing. And these little kids up to your knee are just running freely into the streets without any parental. You're back already?
Yeah.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah.
They're running in the streets and everything, and where's the parents when all this is happening? That's the question
No.
I ask.
No.
No what?
With the bird there.
You got you. What is that? Oh, that was your gift. Christmas. Okay. Got your own kitchen. You gonna learn how to flip?
And the slime.
Are you gonna learn how to flip waffles? She wouldn't know what a waffle is.
There.
Oh, can you make waffles out of that?
And there.
You got a whole little kitchen set up there,
Yeah.
Of course, he has a fake gun, which I don't really approve of, but I'm not the father. I never encourage guns for children. It's a flashlight, is what it is, of course. Yeah, 500, 600, that's not a lot per month.
No, 1 million.
See, like she'll put that in her mouth, a lollipop, and then if
Yeah.
she fell with that, that would be disastrous.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I'm overprotective when it comes to shit like that.
2 lollipop.
Because I made stupid mistakes as a
2
kid
is the
myself.
lollipop. 2 lollipop.
Both of them, yeah. You having each one have.
Bye.
See, folks, that's family. When you could interact with the kids, you could interact with the parents, you could interact with everybody in the family, and they show a lot of respect for you. And when they call you uncle, believe me, that's family. Uncle could be referred to somebody that's older than them, but it's also a term of endearment too.
Want the balloon?
Balloons?
Yeah. Miss.
You have more left?
Yeah. Want the balloon, me?
Well, we have enough balloons around here.
There?
Don't do that.
Hmm?
You want that?
Yeah.
Let me get that for you. You're tall enough. You want? Well, I'll get up. Yeah, don't reach.
Want the yellow balloon?
Well, why don't you just take the ones you could reach there? There you go.
Mine.
Yeah, there you go.
Bye, mga kuya.
All right, Ginger, you want to go out?
Yeah.
There we go. Happy kids. Happy kids, happy dogs, happy wife, happy life. Know what I'm saying? Sorry, I had to throw that one in there. Old time's sake, Anyway, these are just some of my little shorties on here. Still have to. They went downtown already, but there's still a few things I needed to get, and I just did not go and get. They went to the store, got a few things. I'm not afraid to show family. I got nothing to hide. I'm not afraid to show family. Although in another sense, I don't always like doing that because you got some real creeps out there. But believe me, they'd have to get through me and other forces. Somebody tried to do something with these kids. Me and a lot of other forces. Somebody doesn't have to be your blood to love them. Somebody doesn't have to be related by blood, by genetics. There's some people that don't understand that. That ain't your family. Maybe because he don't have a family that gives a fuck about him. That's actually what it is. We know what you're saying, yeah. I'm not legible? We are not legible. Why is the gate up? I'm breaking up. Oh, you said that last time. Look, I review my videos. Every time you said that of somebody, there was no breakup on there at all. There was none. Come on, man. Cut the bullshit. I'm not breaking up on here. Because I'm nowhere near an area that I'll ever break up on signal around the house. There's only one area that I break up. I know, I'm just getting rid of that. Jim is not, Jim is a troll. Hi, what's going on out here? Okay. There we go. That's our boys. Look at everybody out here. Look at them all. Oh, one thing we don't have is a basketball for the basketball team. Yeah. We need a basketball, right? But we also need a hoop. Yeah. Oh. Now let's get donations here for a basketball. Well, you call them a team enough. They are a team. Send us a basketball. We'll play a little hoop. Kubota. Look at that. Cycles. Tricycles. Huh? Put that away. You know, it's one thing to, well, hear all this shit about family all the time. Well, from the trolls, of course. Who else? They don't have a real family. What a fucking waste of fucking time. Excuse my French. What a waste of time. Total waste of time and money. And then they have the balls to complain. Oh, I'm broke. They go out and buy a microphone or something. I mean, come on. Really. Get fucking real. Would you agree on that, Mr. Kubota? That can't be a real Judge Kubota. No, I'm not lonely. I got a family here. What about you? That ain't Judge Kubota. No, I'm not lonely. I got family out here. And we got friends. To answer your question. And why are you being an asshole? Because it's probably not the real Judge Kubota. I'm never lonely. I have a mate for life. What's your situation? Because when I do a show on here, you're there all the time. You can't be doing much with your life. I'm retired. What's your excuse? Do what I want, when I want. I've got the freedom to do that. But when people obsess with me, and we know a lot of people that do that on here, there's something going on in their life that ain't righteous. No, that can't be Judge Kubota. Let's see. You joined YouTube a year ago. No, that's not him. Bye-bye. Oh, did I make a boo-boo here? I'm sorry. I have no way. You're going to have to go under a different name. But you got to understand, when you make lame comments on my show, I'm going to automatically assume that you're an asshole and a troll. So forgive me for that, but I could be pretty quick on the trigger when I want, just to save time, toil, and trouble. You'll have to come back under a different name. Because I have no way of doing it on my phone. If it was on my computer, which I don't use really anymore, I can't really do that on my phone. Oh well. Oh well. When you play with my head on here, I'm going to make an assumption that you're not really the real Judge Kubota, or that you're a troll, or whatever. You probably are anyway, but that was a little boo-boo on my part. Sorry about that. But there's no way I can get you back, so you'll have to go under a different name. I'm sure you have plenty of them. Because most people on here have sock accounts, I would imagine. Oh, well, there is something that came up, but I unfortunately can't talk about it. Good, bad. But I can't talk about it, so I shouldn't have brought it up. Yeah, there are things happening behind the scenes, my friends. There are things happening behind the scenes. Some things I could talk about, and some things I just can't, or not willing to. So, I keep you wondering. I don't know, I may take a walk. It's not that hot out. I may take a walk down the beach anyway. I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm going to see what I'm going to have for lunch first, I think. So you're going to have what? You're going to have squid
Yeah,
for lunch?
I think in fish. Squid and fish.
Squid and fish, okay. Like I said, I don't... if you're born in the Philippines, that's what you eat, you know. Well, it might not be very palatable to some people. It certainly is to a lot. Just think about it, you know, between rice, potatoes, and fish and stuff like that. The population of the world, most of it depends on that. That's pretty mind-boggling. What happens when the fish disappear, though? That might be a problem. You're going to eat lunch soon. Why are you eating a lollipop? Ah. Well, sorry there, Kubota. You're gonna have to go under a different name. And then again, I won't know that it's really you. Oh, the dogs are in here. The kids are in here. Why not? It is the main center of the house. And these dogs, you know, they're spoiled. They look at it as their room. The whole house is really theirs, you know. But they're not stupid. They know it's cool in the living room at all times. I sometimes let them overnight in my room, but because of, like, I don't know, some allergies, I don't really do that all the time. But they like being close to us, and we allow them to do that. And, you know, Ginger's getting older, and she feels comfortable and secure around us and all that. We take care of them, and they take care of us. They hear everything that goes on outside. If it's something we can't hear, they could hear it. Dogs are amazing in every way. All right, unless there's any dialogue, it sounds like a Barry show. These days, not getting much dialogue on there. Yeah, those are like beach shoes, you know, walking in the water. Yeah, those are like beach shoes. They're like, yeah. These are kind of like my grandchildren.
Me is the gift.
Not biologically, of course. Huh?
Gift.
Gift? What?
Gift.
What's that?
Fish.
Fish. You're going to get cavities on your teeth if you keep on eating those sugary lollipops.
The more small. The
Yeah.
small.
You don't need any more of that. You know, some of the decisions some of these foreigners make are really interesting. Well, Philly, the
No.
Philippines,
No.
moves to a rural area.
No.
Know what?
The door and open the aircon.
The aircon is open.
Yeah.
Yeah, see the number on there? What's that number on there? Can you read that number?
Number 1.
See the numbers on there up there? What's the numbers on there?
Number 6.
No. There's a 2 and a 7. 27. 27.
I'm getting more.
Oh, where was I? Well, Philly in the Philippines, he went,
This is the pushpa.
what do you got now?
Pushpa.
More sugar? I don't know, man.
And the money.
Yeah, chocolates and... You haven't even had lunch yet.
Yeah.
You haven't even had lunch yet.
Yeah.
He moves from Angeles
And the
to this
pushpa.
really rural area and kind of an oldish,
This
cement
area,
structure.
yeah.
And I'm thinking that, well, this guy's out of his element.
Ako ano eh?
He's more of a city boy than he is a country
Ako
boy.
ano eh?
And the other day, I never understood with some of these vloggers. You got like, what's his name? Not 8 Mile. They live in a nice place. I never listened to this other guy. That's why I can't remember the name of his show. Overstay Road. Overstay Road. Okay.
The chocolate.
And I don't understand. I always assumed that he had money. He gets I don't know how long he was in the service. Probably gets a military pension of some sort. And I think he's too young for Social Security. I know he made some books and stuff, and
The pushpa.
maybe sells stuff on the side. He gets a little money from his show, but I mean, it's none of my concern really. But I get curious about these people, and he's never lived in the nicest places ever, ever. I don't know. I just really thought that you want to retire in the Philippines, that you live here, and you try to find something as close as the comfort that you lived in before you came to this country, not to live in a shit shack or something, I mean, it's your retirement, your remaining years that you don't have to work and enjoy your life in the way you like. Have that freedom to do so. And
Pushpa. Pushpa.
oh, push pop candy. Okay. Yeah, exactly what you need. Exactly what you need.
Whoa, it's so big.
Exactly what you need. Don't need.
Oops.
If you're going to be eating lunch, why are you eating that now?
Oh, the eating. What the?
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Yes, it doesn't make any sense to me at
The
all.
Dylan.
And Dylan. Oh, at least keep you occupied. That kid could operate the phone. He knows everything to do on it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's the mine.
Dylan, how old are you?
I'm 8.
Huh?
It is 5.
You're 8?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a whiz on the phone. But getting back to that on retirement, I just think
Yeah.
if you're going to move to a different country, set
This
yourself up so that you're comfortable.
and this.
You don't have to, you can choose to live the local way. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people, really absorb the culture to the point that they
Yeah, what is
they
this?
live the culture.
And
What's that?
this. Woo!
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Magical magic dough. Magic
Magic.
dough.
Magical.
Magic dough. Say dough. Magic dough.
Yeah.
Play-Doh. Yeah, it's made with Play-Doh.
Yeah.
I used to have
On
Play-Doh.
the play?
When I was a kid, I used to have Play-Doh. Yeah. But you're retired. You moved to another country, right?
On the play.
And you want to at least live in a comfort. But I understand that if you don't, first of all, you got shell shock from living in the country you did, from the expenses you had, and nobody's Social Security is gonna do totally well for them. Not really. So unless you save some money in the bank, unless you have other income or something, I could see. But I think one of the reasons they do that is they're pretty much dependent on their only form of income, unless, you know, their wife is working or something like that. And a lot of times that's what happens. Larry Liempo, afternoon. Oh, always something going on around here these days. You know, the kids are playing in the living room. Keeps them occupied, you know. Dogs are in here. Everybody's outside, just sitting around the table out there and bullshitting around. They rented a couple of motorcycles.
What do you mean, everybody? We are here.
But the whole concept of retiring, certainly at least in my mind, is that you're going to be living an easier or better life than maybe you lived before, and not having to, by needs, to scale down so far that you could live in some little shimmy shack or something, you know. I couldn't do that. I mean, I could, but it's not something I would. I can make adjustments to everything. But I like having my creature comfort. You know, if I was able to go out in the wilderness, you know, make big treks, I still look forward to coming home to my comfort zone. Go out and enjoy nature and everything else, but I still enjoy coming home.
This nice.
What do you have? What did you make with that? Uh-huh. What is that? Design in there.
Yeah.
Family, there's plenty of interaction. There always is. But I think a lot of the trolls come out with shit like this because they don't have what I have, and that's the truth. It's been that way the whole damn time on here. Not all of them, but a lot of them have a lot. I mean, but a lot of them don't have a lot. They'll make lame comments on here. Oh, your family don't even talk to you. They do all the time. I got a lot of interaction. I told her you're going to be eating lunch and you're eating lollipops. Yeah. So you move out here. I don't care if it's the Philippines or France. I don't care where the hell it is, but have a game plan. Some kind of a game plan. And, you know, do something unique. Oh, okay, listen, not everybody has to have just one woman. Not everybody has to settle down. That's a personal choice. You don't have to settle down. I don't know what I'm having. I know what they're having. They're having, squid. I can't even look at that. I'm not having that, no. I'm not sure what the hell I'm having. If I could find some frozen vegetables to eat, I might make that. I don't want any. I said earlier in my show, I don't eat any, much of any seafood, really. But anyway, the sensibility of coming out here, and there's no reason that you can't have your old Western culture comfort foods. I enjoy when I have them. You could blend and mesh into the culture, and I do eat some Filipino food. I do, actually. Not a lot of it, but there's a lot of dishes we make here that are Filipino, and I'll eat it. But I'm very limited on that. It's the best thing you do. Shop for local produce if you're not making big trips. My refrigerator is not really big enough. I got a freezer chest, and that holds quite a bit. So, I don't know, maybe the next time I go to Cebu, I have to take a couple of my coolers with me and just fill those puppies up, you know, and just load that freezer up. I do need a bigger refrigerator, though, because our standard food that we keep in there, you know, leftover dishes or anything, is milk and stuff like that. There's really not enough room. That's something for the future to consider. But I still live by the idea, if it ain't broke, then don't fix it. You know, if something happens to that, we'll get another refrigerator. I'm not too worried about that, the expenses on that. But what we got is what we use, and it works. But yeah, I could use more room on that, that's for sure. The only thing I expect to break down around here is probably the washer. The washer is used how many times a day? And some of the functions are a little bit funky on there right now, but it works. And again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just if it washes clothes, if the spinner spins, okay, you're all good. I did have some maintenance on it a couple of months ago. Let's see, Larry the Umbrella. I'm having squid stuffed with ground beef. Huh? I never heard of that. Squid stuffed with ground beef? Is that your own concoction? Because I personally never heard of that. It doesn't sound like a very delectable dish to me. I left you when you said squid. And the beef, yeah, but nah. I've changed my habits a bit here because I used to eat pochero, which is just a big beef bone in there, and you got vegetables and stuff. And if there were carrots instead and cabbage in it, I'd eat that out. But basically, you know, the juice in there from it it's just all fat, laden with fat. So I don't even eat that anymore. What are they all doing out there?
Eating.
Oh, what else is there? Oh, you got a squid?
Yeah, and fish.
Squid and fish, so that leaves me out. See, they all talk to me. Kind of blew that theory apart. I know, you've heard that too. Expat forever. Yeah, I've been on lately, only because, you know, I'm in still in vacation mode here, the family over here and shit. And we haven't been really going anywhere. That's why tonight we might eat out at the beach tonight or something, I don't know. Just to get out of here and hit the beach again. Truthfully, I only see the beach maybe if I'm lucky once a week. Unless we go out for dinner, and it's always, a lot of the times it's on a beach resort, on the beach, actually on the beach. And I enjoy that period of time because it's cooler in the day back, you know, from 5 o'clock on and all that, or 4:30, 5 o'clock on. And I really enjoy just kind of looking out from your table to a nice beach in the Philippines. Palm trees, and you can't beat that with a stick. Yeah, it's still full here. Only one person. There's 2 people that are gone. 2 of her kids are gone. One came over yesterday, the second oldest boy, and he had to go back to enroll something in school or something again. And the oldest daughter, Nina, the certified public accountant, she had a boyfriend coming from another country. They got time to be together and all that shit, and there's other things she had to do there, so she wasn't here. But the rest of them are pretty much here. Well, not, you know, Gilda's sisters or anything like that. They're running their households in Cebu and whatnot. They don't come down here too often. It's a big trip for them. Yeah, I still have a full house. This living room, it looks like a disaster hit it. Everything on the table and everything you could think of. But then again, I could be guilty of that sometimes. I go in my room sometimes, there's a flat surface. Always got to clean it off because I'll lay something down just for the convenience of getting it out of the way. Then I don't put it away. Now, let me ask you guys, are you guys retired or something? Because you do spend a lot of time on YouTube. I'm just curious, if you don't mind me asking, what is your work situation, or are you retired, or I'm pretty much thinking that you don't live in the Philippines. And you might have told me something once before, but I didn't remember it. I got a lot of different people floating through here now and then, so I don't remember all the details about everybody. You're retired with a sideline in Cebu. All right, so you've got a Filipina partner for something, in a business or something. So you live in Cebu. Let me ask you, do I know you? You going under a different name? Like you're going to tell me. Ivanda. Haven't heard from Aloe in a long time. What's up with him? Unless he's just one of the trolls, but It's very unusual for Aloe not to make an occasional appearance on YouTube. Not that I care. It's just an observation. And of course, Roberto, that's a mystery. He might have bit the dust with everybody else. 15 years in Cebu, really, longer than me. Came when you was 50. All right, so you're 65. And where did you come from in, are you American? Many have spoke Roberto. Well, I'm just, you seem to know a lot. Do share it with me. No, the reason I say, because now nobody ever said that Roberto was dead. It's just that it was more of a suspicion. No, somebody came out with something to put a rumor out, but it was something that I possibly could have believed because, in his case, because several reasons. But he's always usually on somewhere. He's always usually making a comment, negative comment somewhere. He's always going to put on a little short or something, or get Popeye or Aloe to join in on him or something. And he has not been on for a very long time. So I figured there was something up with him, because there's really nothing stopping Roberto, especially Roberto, from making some fucking lame comment. But I suspect that he is still on, and I suspect that he's just one of the trolls on here going under a different name. Could even be one of my regulars on here. I take everything into consideration, every single thing. But that's good. We don't need to hear from him at all anyway. No big loss, put it that way. Damn, they're dropping like flies, or something's happening. Tired of YouTube. I seem to know so much about him. Is his wife still with him? I don't know if she was. Because he was living over in Dallas, and she was living over in, he was living more toward the coastal area. And she was living at the house that they had. He was living somewhere else. So I thought there's something up with that shit. Oh, come on, man. Roberto is never tired of YouTube. Never. It's just that he doesn't know how to put on a show. He's not a good orator. He doesn't know how to talk. He's got to have Aloe or Popeye or somebody on there to talk for him.
Hello.
Or to direct his questions or answers. Did you eat already?
Yeah.
You did?
Yes, I want to play.
Well, that was pretty quick.
Want to play?
Now you're going to go play. Okay. No, I understand that. It's been, and I know you think I'm the biggest bullshit. No, I'm not the biggest bullshit artist. I can name somebody who is, but it's really getting down to that point. It really is. And I know you don't buy that. You figure I'm always going to buy it. Don't take me for granted when I talk about this. No, he can't do a show without help. He doesn't have that ability. Obviously, I do. I mean, I could think of a subject right on the snap of a finger. I could improvise. I can do a lot. I'm capable of doing it. A lot of people are not able to do that.
What the blocks?
What is that?
Wait.
Oh, that's the Play-Doh stuff. Okay.
These.
What's that? Oh, I see. You made it. Okay. And what is that? And what is that supposed to be?
The Dylander.
Oh, you made a waffle. Waffle flipper.
Yeah.
Looks like a waffle. I'm gonna buy Barry one of those kits.
Yeah.
Oh, that is funny, actually. I think she had like with the Play-Doh, she makes the impression with the plastic, and it's a little kitchen thing, like a cooking set thing,
There's the rainbow.
Mm-hmm. She's a talker, I'll tell you that. She's a talker. Okay. I gotta look for something for lunch now, because I'm not eating what they are. They'll probably be here till Monday. Then we go back normal with the normal 2 kids who live here. Man, growing like weeds, man, I'm telling you. No, man. He's got his phone. He's been leaving comments on some of his shows, and even in my show, he's tried to leave blocked in my blog. I don't know. No, 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 no. Please don't tell me you bought into that. Yeah, right. The immigration was going to come over on New Year's Day, and they came over to tell him they're going to take his phone away. Then says in the same breath that, oh yeah, but the guys downstairs are going to take it and put it away. Yeah, they're going to, the immigration people are going to come down from Manila or whatever. Yeah, they're going to take his phone. They didn't take his phone. His girlfriend, probably on New Year's Eve, gave him a big-ass speech. That things are not going good for you, is what she's telling him. I'm sure of it. You know? Okay.
2.
More waffles. There you go. Nobody snatched his fucking phone up.
Yeah.
I wish they would. But the only reason he's off, because you're not going to get him off.
Yeah.
He's got to be on to voice his grievances and so forth. And after all, occupying his time, because I do understand, and some people think I don't understand, but I do, that in his living situation at present, though it's wonderful for him, in many ways, it's also terrible, but also, without a phone, you could look at movies on your phone, you could do this. He's got a gaming console there or something. You hear it in the background. He's got 1 or 2 freaking phones. They probably think that and even if they did take his phone away, he's always going to have another one there, or another device to communicate with, because, yeah, he came up with this lame story, but I think his girlfriend read him his rights, if you know what I mean. Pretty much said to him, if we're going to be together, this is going to happen, and you're ever going to be free, you got to stop attacking Frank on there, and you got to start pissing people off on your channel, too. She probably read him his fucking rights, is what actually happened. Authorities ain't snatching up his stuff. I'm surprised they didn't do that a long time ago. He's had more privilege than most people should have. And he's gotten away with a lot of shit in his life, including that. He listens to everything I put on and everything everybody else puts on. He's not off YouTube. He made comments. How's he going to make comments without a phone? Don't be so gullible. Don't be so gullible. If his lips are moving, he's lying.
Yours.
Oh, is that mine? Oh, see, we got some chicken. And we got, look at that. And what do you call that for the viewers?
Shumai.
Shomai, of course.
Where are you ready to eat?
Show me your shomai. I got some
Living room?
breaded. Yeah.
It's hot here.
Yeah, in the living room. Too hot in here. See that? Little shomai. I like shomai. Chicken's a little bit greasy for my. Come on, you want to go inside? For my likes. And what kind of juice did you make? What kind of a float? What did you make there?
Melon.
Melon?
Yeah.
Oh, you used a cantaloupe? Did you use a cantaloupe?
Yes.
Oh, cantaloupe drink. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm starting right here.
I know.
Show me the shomai.
And I start in yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Yummy.
That's pretty good. So, I mean, I don't know if you want to call this Filipino food, but it is. It's more rooted from, I think, Chinese. Am I not correct? But they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I got my chicken here. And a hell of a lot of chicken, I'll tell you that. Give me a piece of tissue. I mean, this chicken is pretty. You didn't air fry it, did you? Did you?
Air fry?
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I don't use the oven.
Well, believe me, you don't have to use oil. That's how they make these things. They're just loaded in oil.
That's why I do air fryer.
The air fryer helps, yeah. But like you got to do with the tissue there, just pat it down.
Okay.
Get all the excess oil off. That's what you got to do, folks. hardly anyone there. Oh, yeah. Well, because everybody did a lot of shopping before the New Year's would happen. That's why there wasn't many people there. Yesterday was what? Thursday?
Huh? Today? Friday.
Yeah, and yesterday was Thursday. Yes, I said.
Yeah.
Oh. Could this be Mario? Mario goes every Thursday to SNR.
Okay. Huh?
Oh, I enjoy SNR when it's not too. That's why when I do go there, I go when they first open up. I made the mistake one time of going around 5 p.m. or something, whatever it was. And that place was just buzzing. I mean, you know, you needed a traffic light inside there. And I'm not even saying that they got the best products in stock anyway. I mean, they don't carry too many different things in there, you know. I mean, I would like to stock up on canned foods for emergency. There's not much canned foods in there of anything. What are you going to get? Cream of corn. You might be able to get some Campbell's soup, but I'm not really into Campbell's soup. But there's nothing. You might find peas in a can, but some really horrible blend. There's nothing. You can't stock up, at least not in SNR. I can't speak for some other stores, but
Okay, I eat my fish.
you're going to eat your fish?
Yeah.
I need a kiss first. Go eat your fish. I'll eat my shomai and my chicken here. Yeah, I'm not really impressed with SNR stock, really. They got all the standbys
Yeah,
there.
what's this one, Ginger? Kids playing?
Yeah. They, you know, even certain box foods they don't have, but they're not really known for their canned foods, canned vegetables and stuff like that. Yeah, what we do? The frozen. The one thing that's always been hard to score in the Philippines. Yeah. And I do realize that, you know, people say, oh, he's eating all that, you know, processed food. Well, you know, I'm aware of it. Of course I am. But I got to eat. And not everything I'm going to eat local food here. If I could get a name brand food I grew up with, no, I'm going to buy it more than likely. Just about every goddamn thing is processed. What are you going to do? Eat grass? You know? Well, my standby is, my staple is, I always buy bags of broccoli. If they have any Brussels, I'll buy Brussels. You know, blueberries, of course. Well, duh, you know. Well, I would normally buy spinach when it's there, but spinach has a lot of oxalates in it, though. I mean, I just got over having a kidney stone procedures and all that shit. I don't want any more. What else? Well, there are some shitty frozen foods there that I used to eat. Drinking some cantaloupe juice. This is good stuff. I think she puts like a cream or milk or something in there. Now that's good. That is flavorful, man. No, I mean SNR is it's a place that I go to all the time, but we always make the mistake. I was just taking one cooler chest. Sorry. if you're hearing any slurping. She's got ice in this thing too, so it's the basic place to go. Yeah, I love their frozen section, but there's never really any. Then when I really want to get down and dirty, and it's not that they're even that tasty. They got that big ass bag. It's a green and white bag of Italian meatballs, and I mean they're just so goddamn greasy and shit and loaded with fucking fat. Yeah, I read the label on there. I said, holy shit. I have to do something good for my body after eating that. Eat some grains or something. I don't know, something to fight the cholesterol or whatever, or the saturated fat. But like, when you're really hungry, or you just want something to eat, it's convenient to go in your freezer and pull out something that's already cooked. Just that you have to microwave it or heat it up or something. I'll break down sometimes, I might buy a Sara Lee pie or kind of apple pie or something like that. Yeah, the whole idea is to stock up on frozen foods. I mean, that's what we eat. Nevertheless, I do eat a lot of vegetables and fruit, so my diet is actually pretty good. I kind of semi-compensate for some of the crap that I do eat, and I'll admit it myself. That a lot of that frozen stuff is crap. It's so loaded with shit, preservatives. But if you grew up in a Western culture, this is your comfort food. And it may not necessarily be your comfort food necessarily, but like, Marie Collander's products. When I was lazy and didn't want to cook, I'd buy either some turkey, chicken, or beef, pot pies, and they come in two sizes. These little tiny ones, doesn't do anything for you. But in S&R, the little tiny boxes of them, pot pies, I couldn't believe what they were charging. In a larger size, you can imagine. So every now and then I used to buy, very rare, I buy a pot pie Marie Colander, or buy, what is that thing? The rice? No, not rice. I mean the little ribs, and you got mashed potatoes and corn or whatever in there. Shit, I used to make sandwiches. I make sandwiches. I used to make sandwiches of that. When I was working, I'd sometimes bring that for lunch. We had a refrigerator there. I'd have as I said, it was the healthiest thing, but, you bring a couple of pieces of bread, heat up your, it's like a little piece of rib meat, which is not even real rib, by the way. I hate to bust your balls about this, but, a lot of that time you weren't even eating. I don't know what the hell it was, but it was good. The whole idea, if it's good, you eat it, right? But you don't know what the hell you're eating these days. And I used to make like a sandwich out of it, make it extend the meal for lunch. I'd eat my little mashed potatoes in there and the corn.
Oh, hello! Nagkabakar ng hipos na ko. Ako po, nanghipos na ako
Now
madon.
they're back.
Hipos na ko. Ako biya nakuha na na. Ako biya nakuskus ang... Uy, nalagikuan!
But there are conveniences of living in Cebu. I know there is. The hospitals and the shopping. I admit it. But I will tell you, it would be a whole lot more costly for me to live in Cebu where I live right now. Want to open the door for me? I got all this in my hand here. All right, thank you. Oh, I'd be spending. You got the malls there, man. Everybody goes to the malls. Every time I was in Cebu, we're always in the malls. Maybe we didn't plan to shop or anything, but we wound up. Yeah, cantaloupe was good. Is this all eatable stuff for the cats?
Yeah.
Why was it give? I saw I wasn't going to get the cats anymore, but rather than laying in a bag and making maggots or something, Get kitty. There they go. One call. Kitty, 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 kitty. There's more. You'll hear the other one. Oh, I see another one coming. Bye-bye. You ready, girls and boys? Knock yourself out. There you go. And the baby's eating, I don't know if that baby is eating solid food. I guess so. She's still nursing a year and a half. Still alive. I don't know how. But she's probably the mama to the other cat you just seen there. Oh, look at that. That's the goddamn dogs. I'm sorry, but that's kind of gross. All right. That's all that dye, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to start working these calories off tomorrow. I'm a pretty good weight right now, I must say, but my cardio, as I just haven't been doing a hell of a lot of cardio, which is kind of concerning with me. Which is a must. For you, for me, it's a must. Okay, well, this time of day, there's not much dialogue going on, but I've got time on my hands. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Well, I hope it is. But take advantage of the fact that I am on, because we're getting to that point. And I can say this till the cows come home, but actually, it's kind of getting to that. I've been on YouTube for a long time. It doesn't mean I can't listen to shows on here and all that. And to tell you the truth, I get more entertainment and more enjoyment from just listening to all the crazy goings on here. Who drops, who's dropping, who's fighting with who. Get their attention off me. It works pretty good. Because I noticed I was off for a couple of weeks, and I saw what was happening. I saw exactly what was happening. And they were fighting with each other. More comments toward Big Kevin, Barry fighting with Kevin and whoever else, and Barry yelling at his viewers because they weren't donating or he wouldn't allow them to say what they wanted to say. I mean, that was entertainment. I don't have a habit of watching antics. I just think they're an odd couple. They're an oddity. If I watch them at all, and a lot of the stuff they put on there that I've noticed, just repeating others. That's all that is on YouTube. They're just repeating stuff that other people have put on. They're putting their own little sparkle dust on there. That's all it is. She's not in the greatest health. Her weight, and she has lupus. I don't know what George will do what he'll do without her. I really don't know. Maybe a lot. What? Oh, you want to ask me? Hold on. The lady needs to ask me something. Oh, the lights. Oh, you want to add a light, or you want to? You gonna wire something in there?
Yep. You buy wire.
Yeah. Well, this one normally works, doesn't it?
No.
That never works at all? Well, it could be the whole fixture itself is all messed up, the fixture on there. But I would have to turn the electricity off if you're gonna mess with that. Probably, let me see. Well, no, the main switch. I would have to turn the main switch off. But yeah, you could put that there. If you could find the wires.
I can connect here. This way.
Yeah, for the main wire
This
supply.
way.
You know how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want you to get hurt, man. George has a long rap sheet too, I heard, yeah.
Here or there?
They're adjustable, right?
Yeah. So just can turn and say this.
Tanawa ko namin para makayo.
Well, if you could get it in the wall, I got a drill, but oh, you have
Ready.
it. Oh yeah, you got the drill there. Okay. I don't know, maybe on the wall.
And the wall is much better.
Yeah, because I don't want it on there. It creates a hole, and then it's going to be
White day, let me see.
problematic, you know.
Ano yun ako manimoy, mura kang start.
Nah, but then, nah. Whatever's going to hold better, what do you think is going to hold better?
The wall.
The wall. I did not go with the wall.
Wall. See, wala mo ni siya. Hindi solid. Ipato na rin.
I don't know what's behind there. Any wiring? I don't know. I don't think so.
Hindi namin solid.
Or you could put it on the edge there.
Yeah, but
Direct?
I don't know. What do you think?
How about like same like this one, no?
Like that. See how the solar light is mounted there? You could do that right on the edge. If you could get it in there good, you know, right on the edge. That little fascia board, whatever you want to call it there.
di marang.
If you can do it, yeah.
You cannot pick.
All right, wherever works for you best, where it could fit best, where it's going to be solid in there, that's all that matters.
The wall is the best.
Which one's the best? The
The
wall?
wall.
Okay, the wall it is. Right on. See, they're very helpful and everything. They do things for us, you know. Oh, it's nail time. The Ponderosa here. We got services. Look at them. We got services. Who's not living well at the Ponderosa? We're living well. Got a guy coming over to give me a haircut tomorrow. Home service, my friends. Home service. I'm not that broke yet. I'm not going to let you know either way. Yeah. You and Evan on good terms again? No, I think you're Evan, actually. You listen on Thursday. That's Evan's. No, we don't talk. It's been quite a while. You know, I actually liked the guy in some ways, but I just didn't trust him, you know. You know, we got too personal and he knew a lot of shit about me. But there was a lot of shit that I didn't tell him, or actually I fibbed a little bit. Because I didn't want to know every single thing about my finances and all that. I would tell him this and that and this and that, but I didn't tell him the truth about everything. Because I've always had that 1% doubt. That's one thing about me. I'll keep that 1% of doubt that the person I'm talking to is not feeding information to everybody. See, when he got pissed off at me, you know, he's giving information out or something, you know, and yeah, I mean, I just can't trust other foreigners. That's just the way it is. And I like it that way. I don't even trust my neighbors. I mean, I like them. I was over there today, bullshit with him and his wife, and they're friends. They actually are. So brought him some mocha cake that I can't eat, and always have leftovers or something. I'll bring them, and sometimes they do that for us, you know. That's what we do. But I don't really, you know, hang around foreigners. There's plenty of foreigners out here I could do that with, but you know, the denominator is the drinking scene, and that's all they really do with their time is they drink and they drink and they hang around bars and stuff. It's not a big yard, but it's all we need. That's all we need. It's generally quiet around here. You know, it's just me and Gilda usually. Well, we have the two kids, but they go to school. Well, actually, they go at different times. It's really weird. One of us got to get up the younger one has to get up at 5 a.m, and his older brother has to drive him over to, that's why I'm glad we have the, instead of calling the truck driver early in the morning, which, you know, I'm sure they don't like, but he always comes, you know, just for the money. We have that electric thing, and he'll drive him, come back, go back to bed. Then he goes to school about 12 o'clock. I mean, that's like ridiculous. They're splitting the hours with certain students and age levels and grade levels, whatever, and it's kind of a hassle. But, you know, we have our periods of low and quiet around here, and I like it. Yeah, we got plenty of plants. We both kind of get in on that because I'm certainly nothing close to a horticulturist at all. Oh my gosh! But although I did work with the Parks Department with the horticulture sometimes, as I said, I wore a lot of hats. Figuratively. Well, not actually. No, literally. When I worked for the Parks Department back in Seattle, I got to use the kind of tools and machinery I never used before, and no big equipment. I wasn't driving any dozers or any crazy things like that, like backhoes or nothing like that. Remember, you're a real man if you could drive a backhoe, as Fozzie would say. But no, I never drove anything like that. No. But no, I mean, it was a gravy job, man. Oh man. Get your own truck, and shit. What could be better than that, really? You're driving around these beautiful parks, whether it's on the ocean or on Lake Washington. I can't complain, except just the workers just didn't do shit. Some of them did, but they were very diligent. But some of the creeps I worked with were always kissing up to the boss to try to get a maintenance level job, which you got more pay. And I did work maintenance for them, but I filled in when somebody was sick and I'd make a lot more money per hour. And if I stayed there a little longer, I would have been maintenance instead of general labor. So, but I did get to do a lot of the maintenance type stuff work, and I did fill in, and I did, even if it's community centers, that was a gravy job. I mean, my God, you get to go in, you go early in the morning at 5 o'clock if you want. You just get out at like 12 or something, or 11 or something, that was a gravy job. It was really simple. The community centers, you go in there and it just, it was no big deal. I had my own little office there, and a room you could go in. You got a radio, whatever. And, if you have a cell phone or whatever, you just go in there and just kick back, read a magazine or something. Just make an appearance downstairs. That's all they care about. I've had an FM communication device with my headquarters. If they needed me for something, or if I needed something, it was pretty cool. It was a cool job. The only thing I didn't like is I had to go all the way to West Seattle to work, and that was I didn't want to go all the way to West Seattle or South Seattle. That was a drive out there I didn't want to take. And say, early in the morning, Jesus Christ, to get there at 5 or 6 or something. No, I didn't like that, especially in the winter. It was cold and ice. The roads were icy, and I don't know how I did it, but I did it. It's actually a dangerous neighborhood I worked in with its shootings, actually. Even bullet holes in the center. They shot some windows in. I mean, Seattle wasn't exactly the safest place in the world. You were thinking about the show that Foz did on the Bummer, 200 Ways he scammed people. Yeah, yeah. But, yeah, no, the job was good. They make fun of that. Fucking Popeye worked for a park. So he worked county, I worked city. So when Popeye was making laughs about me, little did we know, we found out that he actually worked for the Parks Department after he got out of the Navy or something at some point. And I'd go, oh, really? How interesting is that? How interesting was that? That was. And he's laying down on me like I was doing park work. But the great thing about it is I did different types of work. It was work projects where we'd be cleaning out a riverbed or a stream, branches and stuff that's in there to allow for fish or anything else to flow through. A lot of environmental type work. I really like that. Get your hands dirty, get your feet wet sometimes. It's a good job, and you work with a crew. Sometimes we get together, everybody, with a project, and we get together on a special occasion, and we do a project with a crew of people, whether it was a riverbed clearance or whatever it might be, or a planting project or something or whatever. We all had to get together and we'd eat the shit out of some really tall grass in some of the parks and the fencing and all that stuff. I didn't mind doing that shit at all. I didn't mind at all, and get paid for that. I do that normally in my house in Hawaii, or a house I had in Seattle. I used to do that normally. You go to work and do it and get paid for it. Should have no complaint. Do you clean your toilet at home? I do. How'd you like to work and get paid for doing that? Sure, I took care of comfort stations. We call them out there comfort stations. Sure, I had to replace toilet paper, pressure wash the room and all that stuff. Had to do all that. Nothing wrong with that. Shit, I do that at home. I don't get paid for that. That was when I was on my run doing. I had a certain route. There was X a number of parks that was your responsibility. I lived in taking care of the North District, or North Central District, or Northeast District, North or Northeast District in Seattle, and we had a list of various parks that we used to attend to every day. And if you finished doing early what you did, you just go back. You got to show for your time for your 8 hours, you know. And if you already did it, you go back, and if somebody did something to destroy it or something, or broke the pipes in the sink or something, just make a phone call to another department. Plumbers, hey, I got a pipe break in this room, somebody vandalized it. Or if they spray painted the walls or something, I'd call the paint department and they'd come over and they'd take care of it. It was a gravy job. Then on holidays, I get to work a double time and a half. It was my day off, plus a holiday, plus being a weekend. I'd make some pretty decent money. At that time, I'd make up to $40 an hour when I did that shit. But you had to be lucky enough to get that. You know, I'd go to some of these parks during, 4th of July. You know, I get to see the fireworks. There's nothing I have to do. Nothing. All you have to do is just, you have your truck there, and there's going to be like thousands of people there. And people in line at the comfort stations. Mostly the women's, Jesus Christ. The women. The guys' comfort stations were, you get in there, replace the toilet. That's all I had to do. Sometimes I didn't have to go in there. I said, here, bring a couple of rolls in with you, man, because I couldn't get in there anyway. I'd have to fight the women to get in that bathroom. You know, it was a gravy job. Then the lucky guys who got to work there afterwards, after the crowd went home, and do the cleanup on the grassy knolls there, they'd find watches, they'd find rings, they'd find money. But, you have to turn that stuff in, My goodness. Let me tell you something, man. One time, I found $3,000. $3,000. You heard me right. $3,000. But I wasn't at work at the time. I was in the park. And I don't know what that was all about. If that was drug money, I don't know what it was. No identification attached to it. It was in a box. And either it was some thieves that have it and they saw the police and ran. I don't know what happened with that. $3,000. Unfortunately, if I was at work at the time, I would have had to have handed it in. I said, fuck that shit. I don't know who owns this. What are they going to do with the money? Give it to the police and it's going to go in their goddamn pocket? I said, fuck that shit. That's $3,000. I remember making a trip to Hawaii with that too. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. And plus it was the next day was going to be payday on my job. So I find $3,000, not down to the actual number, probably in a paper grocery bag, and there was like a pack of open cigarettes in there and a couple of pieces of clothing. And there was the money in this like metal box. And they just left it there. No identification whatsoever. None. Zero. Let's just say it was my lucky day. Can't beat that with a stick. I don't get that lucky. Only money I ever found was on the floor of a bar. It was a $100 bill. Somebody left on the floor, fell out. I don't know who it was. Couldn't tell. If I said, anybody lose $100? Everybody's going to raise their hand. So, what am I going to do? $100 on the floor. I'm not that lucky normally. I'm not that lucky. Okay, I got to get off here, guys. It's nice talking to the kill sign, but I'm going to do something other than talk on this fucking cell phone. Appreciate you stopping by. This year is going to be very interesting in many ways. You know, it's going to be a really interesting year. I guarantee you it's going to be a very interesting year. I was thinking, oh, I read that already about the show that Fazio did, sorry. Kind of behind on the comments. Yeah, I just think 2025 is going to be an interesting year in several different ways. Just turned to 2025. Give it a little bit of time. Going to be a very interesting year, to say the least. We'll see what happens as time goes by. Somebody has to make a very intellectual decision on something, and like really soon. And I'm serious about it. In fact, I just got a message from my attorney. I'll get to it. I went live, had a message come in, but I didn't go to it. It was on a phone messenger system, which I communicate with him with. I got to see what that says. I guess it's their back to work day today for everybody. Couldn't really communicate with them over the holidays, and rightfully so. They didn't want to hear me on the holidays. They didn't want to address any legal situations. It's their day off. They don't want to do business. That's the way it should be. But at least I could say I got an attorney that does let me know what's going on, that does communicate with me, does not ignore me like this guy's lawyer, that doesn't even really want to talk to him. He has no current updates of anything from his lawyer. He still thinks there's a hearing in January, but I never heard of it. I was at the courthouse. My lawyer himself told me that it's going to be March. Where he got January, pulled it out of his hat, I don't know. For a guy that barely talks to his attorney, an attorney that barely wants to talk to him, there's a lot of loose information, a lot of loose change out there that he's not getting a hold of, and he's not grasping. He's kind of behind on what's going on legally, behind the scenes and everything else, or in the scenes, in the front scene. I don't think he understands what's going on. He don't understand about the bail. He doesn't understand about a lot of things because he's not being informed by his lawyer. The lawyer is very reluctant to have communication with him that's often because he don't listen to him. He doesn't listen to him at all. You can't have that kind of relationship with your attorney. You got to be open with each other. If there's something you need to tell him, you tell him ahead of time. In case he has to face a different issue to deal with or something or anything, you got to let him know. You got to be honest to your lawyer, but most of all, you got to be honest to yourself. If you're not honest to yourself, it's not going to go in your direction. Sometimes people have to weigh things out. Okay, if I do this, what will be the result of that? Or if I don't do this, am I going to get a positive or negative result from this? It's mind-boggling. It can be. You got to sit there and make a decision and say, should I do this or should I not? You know, and sometimes people give you the wrong advice, and then it winds up turning out bad. So, here's the thing. He can introduce any evidence he wants on this case, but he already pleaded guilty. It's not like we accepted his guilty plea, but nevertheless, the judge heard it. So, you know, don't matter what evidence he supposedly has to put on me. It's not his case. It's not his case. It's my case. So if he's pleading guilty, that's all she wrote. That's it. It's up to the judge. Here come the judge. There you go. But to make it worse on the way, when he makes things worse for himself, it's just going to make the judge convict him with something a little heavier as far as if the judge decides to give him time in a real prison. You want to avoid that at all costs. I mean, at all costs. Give up something to prevent that, you know. You don't have to meet somebody halfway, but you have to give in a little bit to get what you want. A little bit. He wants me to dismiss the whole fucking thing and not charge him attorney's fees or any things that come up. Allow him to get bail, everything else. He wants the whole fucking bowl of wax. He don't want to have his lawyer negotiate. I'm not going to dismiss the case. I'm just not. That's not a no plea bargaining in there. His lawyer has to still file a motion before he could even plea bargain. I don't know if his lawyer hasn't done it. At least my lawyer hasn't told me. He's nowhere right now. He's not anywhere. Plea bargaining only happens when you file the motion to the judge, to the court, to plea bargain. Then you get together again, even if it's for the second time, because the first time didn't work. My lawyer actually met up somehow with his. If I should give you this information, but I already talked about it. And there's no agreement. There's no agreement. So if he if he's steadfast on what he's trying to do, it's just not going to work. Because my attorney's not going to give in. And the only leeway I'm given, as I said, is $250K, which is a scratch on the attorney fees and so forth that I've spent. That's just a scratch. He'd be lucky to get away with that. And rather than $650K plus, which is what I've spent on this shit. I'm estimating. I'm not being exact, but somewhere around there. He should be happy to do that. It means less time in jail waiting to pay it off. I mean, how long do we have to spend in jail? Since you don't have the money up front, even if it's $250K. Okay? They're not going to put him on a payment plan. You know, this is not a payday loan place or something, you know. It's not going to be a revolving loan or nothing. You pay the money for the, once convicted, you pay the money, then you get out of jail. Then they send you home. After everything is processed, everything is done that's going to be done. After you may get sentenced anyway. So imagine having to be ordered to have a prison sentence plus to pay off legal fees if the judge allows it. That would be quite an undertaking. Think about that. That means that he's going to be in jail for a long time if he can't come up with that money. I'm sorry, I'm not Mr. Smoothie here. I'm not Mr. Nice Guy with him. I have absolutely no reason to be. He's given me no cause to show him any compassion. And I've said that many times before. How could you show compassion to a person constantly getting on his show and knocking you and calling you a pedo and a small dick and an erectile dysfunction and talk about your girlfriend's kids, having 8 kids and all this crap, and whatever the marital status is, etc., and so on. The guy doesn't stop. So how could you feel compassion for somebody that's not trying to be nice to you? He's not making any effort to do so. And I'm supposed to give in? I'm supposed to cave in? I don't think so. Sorry. I'm not going to cave in, no matter what happens with his girlfriend's fucking report. That's what broke the camel's back. If there was any compassion or leniency prior to that, it could have happened. But when he made the mistake of getting her to do what she did, all bets were off. That was it. And the only further distance I can go is reducing the amount of the legal fees. And that's all I can do. That bottom lines it. That's all I can do. And I may not even do that unless he knows what he has to do that. A little bit of better, a little bit of good is better than none at all. To take that burden of maybe excess of $350,000, that's over $250 that he would have to pay. It's a bigger burden on $650 than it is on $250. Shit, I would take that deal if I was him. But there has to be some cooperation. It's not right what he had his girlfriend do. I didn't get my girlfriend to go put her own case on him, and I could have done that. I had reason to do so. I didn't do that. I didn't want revenge. I wanted justice. If you can't understand it, then you never will. There's only so much I'll put up with anybody. And I wasn't going to put up with any more shit from him. He should be happy that I never met up with him on private and take care of his business outside of court. He's lucky. He's lucky. That could have been done any time. I know where he's been living. I know several places he was living. I knew 4 places he lived. And I knew how to get there. I could have done that any time, but I didn't do it. Not because I'm afraid of him. He's the least person on here I'm scared of. I just wanted to do everything legal. Not do things stupid like he does. It's called having a brain that's developed rather than a malnourished brain that he has. With that being said, we shall see. To the blind man, he's got 2 business days. What is that, today and tomorrow? That he has to make a decision. Already wrote my attorney on that. Here's my game plan. Change up anything that you had that you were going to present, I said. Change it up. This is the deal. It's going to be $650K if he's not cooperative. A little cooperation go a long way. Maybe it's not as long as he wants it. But something good is better than nothing at all, the way I see it. In his situation, he's grabbing for straws right now. And, thinks he's holding that shit over my head. He'll be surprised what happens after that. Maybe he'll be shocked. But it is what it is. People try to give him advice, but he doesn't take it either. Don't expect him to take my advice, but he doesn't take anybody's advice. His own viewers are getting pissed off at him. They're trying to be nice. Some of them are anyway. To try to be nice and say, hey, look, this is what you should do, man. You got to get yourself out of jail. They keep on telling him, cooperate a little bit. Do something. Just get out of jail. You've been in there for 21 months already. How much more time do you want to serve? Like I said, I can't guarantee what the judge is going to say. As I said, the judge could give him a little tap on the wrist and say, bad boy, and I could just deport him. Just get rid of the problem. Get him out of the penal system. And that would work for me too if that happened. That's not what I want. But I have to go by whatever the judge says. And whatever the judge says, I'm not going to cry about it. Not at all. Because he's already spent, as of today, 21 months. What he don't understand is that his immigration situation is not the same as his criminal situation. Okay? He's talking about bail. He's wondering why he can't get it. Immigration is keeping him in there. Okay? Not me. Immigration is keeping him in there, not me. It just so happens he has a case against him, and because of that, he can't go anywhere until the case is over. When the case is over, then they could choose to deport him immediately, or if the court case is not finished, they have to finish up with that, or he gets sentenced. He might get a little time, maybe 6 months, but even if it's 6 months on each count, that would be 30 months. It's kind of the best part of a year. But he could do that floating on his back. I mean, look at the place he's in, And besides, he's savvy about prisons and stuff. He's been in prison for 6 months before. He's been locked up where he is now. Like he said, his own words. Oh, I could adapt to my situations. You know what I'm saying? I could adapt to it. Well, let's learn to adapt. You're going to be adapting a lot more. Just, get a mindset going. That chances are you're going to be in there for a while. You're going to be somewhere. But to be quite honest with you, I just don't think you're going to be out on the streets anytime soon. Unless there's a divine miracle that happens. I just can't see that happening. I'll be honest with you. I cannot see that happening. If you really wanted how I feel, that's how I feel. It's not what I want. It's what I'm feeling. It's what I'm sensing. And from the talk of my lawyers and stuff, what they're telling me, and I go by what they say. They're professionals. I'm not. I'm not going to pretend to be like he does. I'm not my own lawyer, but sometimes, to tell the truth, I got to act like my own lawyer sometimes. Because I'm the one that's got to get the evidence together, not them. It's not their job, it's mine. I worked very hard, very diligent on this stuff, on gathering evidence. Very time consuming, very stressful. Demands. Get it on, get it on a memory card, get it on this, get it on that. I'm going to need this, I'm going to need that. Show me more proof on this. I had to provide proof. It's not an easy thing. Doing a case against somebody in a legal system out here, I will guarantee you, it's almost not worth doing. I'm looking back and I'm saying that. It's not an easy task. And I know it's not. It's a lot of hard work. And sometimes you do get consumed with it. You absolutely do, because sometimes there's a time schedule. He's going to put in a motion for something, or an affidavit, whatever. And, you got to gather this shit. If you can't do what he wants, somebody has to do it. If I'm not real technical on doing something, producing something the way he wants it, having a video formatted correctly and all that shit, it's time consuming and it is stressful. And yes, I have put out a lot of money on this shit. I'm going to see some of it back at least anyway, and get the satisfaction of whatever the judge is going to do. And like I said, it could go either way. But I also said, more importantly, that, I leave it up to the judge. The judge will make the decision, not me. There are decisions I can make in the interim, like we're talking about, but ultimately the judge makes the final decision. Was it a good mood that day, or whatever, or he sees this case for what it is. That's why we will introduce more motions in here to introduce other, because I thought it was pretty satisfactory what we submitted as evidence. I thought it was excellent, but it did not really paint a picture of this guy. More background stuff. It didn't really paint a picture. And we did not really get deep into his death threats, okay? That's what the second case is going to be all about. It's his death threats. That might be even worse than the cyber libel thing, It is cyber libel. It was debts done on an electronic instrument, It still is, but it has more gravity to it. A lot more. Do I have the evidence? I absolutely do. I hold on tight to that. Especially his threats. I'm holding on real tight to that. And he has copies already, so I have my copies. He has his copies. All I got to do. He said, Frank, let me know what you want to do. He wants to make money. That's what he's in business for. He'll do anything I want him to do. For him, if I do another case on him. Sure, it means more money out of my pocket, but, this guy doesn't give up. That's why there's no compassion for him. I hope everybody understands now. I think everybody, by now, should understand everything that's going on. And why this is so fucking crazy. When somebody doesn't stop, you make them stop. You say, enough. You voiced out your cockiness. We get it. You're pissed off in your situation that you, sir, created. Not me. Let's get this perfectly straight. You created it. You decided not to go. I might have a broken signal. Almost daily for how many fucking years? And label me as something that you should never say to anybody. No matter how mad you are at them, you never label somebody that he labeled me. Sure, I took that personally. You would too. There's a lot of ramifications for calling somebody something like that. Plenty. It's like if a girl cries rape or something, you didn't rape her. People are probably going to believe her. They're going to believe a woman over you, according to what the situation is. Okay? But whether you ever raped a woman or not, you broke a relationship and she cried rape or something. If that ever happened to you, you're fucked. Because your whole reputation is going to be fucked. Because there are people that could be your neighbors, your friends. You could be the pillar of the community, but people are people. And they're going to say, shake their heads, scratch their heads. Honey, did you hear that John Smith was accused of rape or something? You think he really did that? Maybe we don't know that much about him. Maybe he has a dark side to him. This is the way people think. So when he says that, where's the damages? Where's the damages? Are you kidding me, dude? Are you that fucking dope ass fucking stupid? There's a lot of damage from this. You fucking lame brain. Of course there's damage. Oh, it's not like you have a business or you're a politician or something, he says. Has nothing to do with that. The law is the fucking law. And I know you're above the law and you don't give a shit about the law, obviously so, through your whole life, but you got to take responsibility with the things that you do. That's the way I see things. And he doesn't. Who's supposed to feel sorry for him? Listen to him on the show. He's not just being an asshole to me, he's being an asshole to his own viewers. And some of them were, in the past, were avid donators to him. Tell them to fuck off and everything. Getting mad at them if they didn't donate. Well, you gave to Kevin, you didn't give to me. Don't give nothing to Kevin. Crying about Kevin getting more money. Jesus Christ, man, get a fucking clue. Get your fucking life together. Stop getting revenge on people. It's catchy, you know? The shit you put out could come back on your ass. Remember that. What you put out sometimes comes back. Enacting revenge on me because he did shit he shouldn't do. And he don't like it that he's in jail. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Shouldn't do it. In the first place, what you did. Both charges, both cases. You shouldn't have did it. But you did. Did I force you to not pay your fines and fees? No, I didn't. Did I force you to come online and call me a fucking child predator and a child molester and everything you call me? I didn't put a gun to your head, bro. You put a gun to your own fucking head. Now you got to suffer the consequences. Then you want to get revenge with me and get your girlfriend to put a fucking report on me? Believe me, the whole world is going to explode if that happens. If the result comes that I don't want, it won't stop there, I guarantee you that. I could already tell you that. If you had a chance to talk to my girlfriend, you'd understand exactly what I'm talking about. She's all for it. Go after him with all you got. Shine him up. Shine him up. Believe me,